did it come about?
Well, it sort of came on by a suggestion from our manager who wanted us to play at an acoustic benefit show.
Fue una sugerencia de nuestro manager que quería que participáramos de un show acústico en Los Ángeles.
So we had a couple of weeks to prepare for it, and sort of in the back of our minds we knew that the music could work acoustically because there's a lot of acoustic guitar on the new album.
Tuvimos algunas semanas para prepararlo y de alguna manera en el fondo de nuestras mentes sabíamos que funcionaría en forma acústica.
And it was kind of a challenge to get the old songs to work in this kind of a format, but we do have a very capable string section and a great new drummer, so it's worked out really fine.
Era un poco un desafío poder lograr que las versiones viejas pudieran sonar bien acústicamente, pero teníamos una muy buena sesión de cuerdas y demás y creemos que funcionó muy bien.
12 more minutes for the press conference.
Was anybody here trained by the CIA? I've just found a bug mic in the flowers.
¿Hay alguien de la CIA por acá? Porque entre las flores encontré un micrófono.
Si de uno pueden definir cómo fueron sufriendo o sintiendo los cambios, las mutaciones de la banda, cuando salió la vida del hotel.
If each one of you can explain how you were suffering, each one of you were not suffering, but all these changes in the bands affected each of you.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I think the only way it's really affected us is musically in what we're doing and the sound.
Musicalmente en el sonido, en lo que estamos haciendo actualmente.
I mean, actually, what happened was that when we lost Andy and Roger in 1985.
Lo que sucedió principalmente es que cuando perdimos a Andy y a Roger en 1985.
The three of us came back together, and Warren actually played on the first album we made as a three-piece, which was Notorious.
Nosotros tres nos juntamos y Warren tocó guitarra en ese álbum, el primer álbum que hicimos los tres solos, que fue Notorious.
And he's been with us ever since. So.
Y Warren siguió con nosotros desde entonces.
Yeah, I mean, you have to try to, when you're playing songs that you've written like 12 years ago, it's kind of important that you try to do something different with those songs, and although we're not solo artists, we're a group, but we kind of envy the flexibility of a Bowie or a Zappa, that they can go out on tour and they can have different sounding, they can work with an orchestra one moment, a horn-oriented band one moment, and like this strings thing that we've got at the moment, and it's a way of keeping the older music alive for us, really.
Tienen que entender que cuando uno compone temas que ya tienen 12 años, por ejemplo, tiene que hacer algo con esos temas para mantenerlos vivos. Y nosotros no somos solistas, somos una banda, y a lo mejor envidiamos un poco lo que puede hacer Zappa o Bowie, que pueden cambiar de estilos y tocar con vientos, o como las cuerdas que estamos usando nosotros ahora. Uno necesita hacer ese tipo de cambios para mantener los temas viejos vivos de alguna manera.
Medio que definió toda una época. ¿Cómo definirían ellos el Duran de los 90?
Okay, he says that Duran in a way defined the music of the 80s. How would you, Duran, define the music of the 90s?
Well, it's always very difficult to say what the music of the future is going to turn out being.
Es muy difícil poder decir cómo va a ser la música del futuro.
The album we just made, we feel represents how we would like music to be for the 90s.
Creo que el álbum que acabamos de hacer representa fielmente cómo a nosotros nos gustaría que fuera la música de los 90.
Yeah, hopefully when people look back on the music of the 90s, they'll refer to our music, the music that we're making now and the music that we're going to be making later on in the decade.
Sería bárbaro que cuando la gente más adelante mirara hacia atrás la música de la década de los 90, viera la música que estamos haciendo en este álbum o la que vamos a seguir haciendo durante esta década.
¿Y ellos personalmente cómo se proyecta dentro de 7 años para el futuro? Personalmente fuera de música.
How do you project yourselves personally to the year 2000?
Oh, we don't really think that far ahead, actually.
No pensamos con tanta anticipación.
No, we're just hoping.
2 weeks, 14 days. We tend to.
Lo máximo son 14 días, 2 semanas.
I'm just hoping the weather clears up for this evening, you know.
Por el momento estoy esperando que deje de llover para esta noche.
Didn't mention the weather.
No hay que hablar del tiempo.
A raíz de que surgió la invitación a Víctor Nacimiento a la grabación de...
Okay, the same old question again. How did it come about that Milton Nascimento is invited in your album?
I was a big fan of Milton's. My girlfriend is a Brazilian girl, so
Yo era un gran fan de Milton, mi novia es brasileña.
So I've been familiar with his music for about 5 years, and then got to become a friend of his, and he came over to London when he was playing, and I played on a piece of music I was working on, and he really liked it and said, if you guys finish the music, I'll write the melody.
Lo conocí hace unos 5 años, era un gran fan de toda su música, conocía sus discos, vino una vez a Londres a tocar, ahí me acerqué, le toqué parte de la música que estábamos planeando hacer nosotros, le gustó, dijo, bueno, terminen una melodía y yo le puedo poner letra.
Perdón, ¿el tipo de audio funciona?
No, es un micrófono de grabaciones.
Just there to make it look like a press conference.
Está ahí para que parezca una conferencia de prensa.
Si existe tal influencia, ellos, ustedes, sienten la influencia de Prince en canciones como UMF, Shotgun, Skin Trade.
Is there any Prince influence in any of your songs, and if there is, in those songs that she named?
I don't think so. I think he listens to the same pieces of music we listen to sometimes.
Who, he?
Prince.
Prince. Parece que Prince no escucha el mismo tipo de música que escuchamos nosotros.
But Prince is like part of the wallpaper, you know, he's part of the fabric of modern music. He's done so much. It's like the Beatles, you know, he's touched on so many different styles that it's hard to make a whole album that, you know, unless you're Metallica, that doesn't have some kind of, that doesn't have some similar.
Es tan amplio lo que ha hecho Prince, ha hecho tantas cosas, es parte de la música del mundo, ya como lo son los Beatles. Entonces es muy difícil, a menos que uno sea Metallica, hacer un álbum que no tenga ninguna incidencia de Prince.
It's like Wendy and Lisa say, you know, we're into Sly and the Family Stone.
Sorry, Wendy and Lisa said, I didn't understand the second part.
We're into Sly and the Family Stone.
Dicen que pertenecen a la familia de los Stones de alguna manera.
Intelligence, ¿qué te parece?
What do you think about Love, Sex, Intelligence? To Simon? Oh, Simon.
Shaman.
By the Shaman.
Oh.
By the Shaman. Love, sex, intelligence. I mean, I think it's quite a good lyric until you've heard it the 15th time.
Creo que tiene una muy buena letra hasta que la escuchaste por lo menos 15 veces.
Sounds like it's a Philharmonic.
Puede tomar como queja y una especie de crítica a los medios de comunicación y al consumismo. Me parece que era una especie de sátira, ¿no es cierto? A todo lo que es la publicidad.
The lyrics in Too Much Information, can they be taken as satirically towards publicity, advertising in general?
Yep. It's a kind of, I mean, the whole, there's a lot, that song works on a lot of different levels. I mean, it makes a very serious statement, but it's also quite sort of humorous as well, you know.
La canción tiene un poco de humor, pero a su vez también tiene un mensaje profundo y serio.
We call it taking the piss. MTV. Well, you know, I mean, they really were kind of saying when I met them, I went up for a meeting and they said, well, exactly what are you trying to say? And I said, well, look, read the words. I said, you know, just look at the words, and what it says is basically the truth. You know, it's that us and MTV are like kind of partners in crime. We're both part of something which is one of the biggest influences on people's lives now, for better or worse. That's how it is.
Entonces le mostré las letras y le dije, preste atención a las letras y fíjense que no hay mentiras en lo que estamos diciendo y que de alguna manera MTV y nosotros somos como cómplices en todo esto.
And remember, you don't have to like it to be able to exploit it.
Y recuerda, no te tiene que gustar para poder explotarlo.
¿Cuáles son los referentes musicales de este momento de ellos?
Which are your music references? I mean, nowadays music references.
Led Zeppelin.
Warren Cucurulo.
Warren Cucurulo.
Led Zeppelin. Sly. Eno. Prince.
The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Lionel Blair.
¿Alguna vez se dijo que
Bart.
los videoclips fueron tan importantes como para Pink Floyd la música en estéreo? Quería saber cuándo fue que ellos se dieron cuenta que los videoclips eran una beta estatal.
Okay, he says that it was once said that for Duran Duran videos were as important as stereo was for ¿quién es la banda? Nombraste Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, yeah.
How did you realize that videos would be a way to get through to?
I don't think we did, it just...
By accident.
It was by accident.
Sucedió por accidente, no fue algo que nosotros hubiéramos planeado.
Y si ellos intervenían en los guiones de los videos,
Did you have anything to do in the directions or the guidelines for the videos?
Yeah, we did it. We chose the directors, but basically we've always felt that the directors work best when you let them use their ideas, you know, and they present those to you, and if there's anything you don't like, that's when you kind of say, we'll leave that bit out, or if you've got any ideas. But it's always, It's important to be able to use the director's imagination.
Nosotros elegíamos a los directores, pero siempre creímos que son los directores los mejores creativos cuando uno los deja que utilicen su imaginación. Entonces nos presentaban los guiones y nosotros los aprobamos, si algo no nos gustaba pedíamos que lo quitaran, pero en general trabajaban los directores solos.
¿Volverían a trabajar con Russell Mulcahy en videos?
To work with Russell Mulcahy in videos again.
Yeah, it's funny, we were talking about it on the bus ride over here actually.
Estábamos hablando cuando veníamos para acá, exactamente de eso.
¿Te puedo decir, esta es una pregunta para un programa para chicos?
This is a question for a children's show.
¿Qué le dirían a un chico que recién empieza a tocar, quiere ser músico?
What would you say to a kid that starts playing or dreams of becoming a musician?
Okay, keep it clean, guys, keep it clean.
Manténganlo limpio, chicos, limpito.
Don't just do it for the girls.
No lo hagan solo por conseguir chicas.
Do it for the guys.
Háganlo por los chicos también.
Speak for yourself.
Hablen por ustedes mismos.
No, write your own music.
Compongan su propia música.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brush your teeth.
Lávense los dientes.
Where you're at.
¿Puedes empezar de nuevo? No te escucho.
¿Qué sienten al ganar esta nueva gira luego de la anterior gira tan exitosa que tuvieron con los Reflex años atrás?
Okay, he says the last tour you had before this one was the one with the Reflex?
No.
No. Después del éxito de que tuvieron con los
Okay,
Reflex.
he says after the success that you had with that tour, the Reflex, what expectations do you have from this tour when you did now?
Well, this tour is completely different. We're in a completely different situation, really. You know, we've been around. You know, we see things go through the roof, and we've seen them slide, and now things are kind of building again.
Hemos visto cosas por el techo, hemos visto cosas caer, y hoy es como que estamos viendo las cosas subiendo de a poco.
I think one of the things that's really important when you're in this position is to have an open mind, so that you really do experience the newness of it, rather than just keep thinking that you're just going through the same things again.
En realidad, para llegar a esta altura, lo importante es tener una mente abierta y no repetir las mismas cosas que uno había hecho con anticipación.
Yeah, so
open, their brains are falling out.
Si están tan abiertas las mentes que se le caen los sesos. Una última pregunta.
¿Es una idea nueva o era una broma de ensayo que lo venían haciendo hace tiempo?
To do the song for Femme Fatale, was it a joke or was it something that you were thinking about it? An inside joke?
To do Femme Fatale?
That's a song we've always liked.
Es un tema que siempre nos gustó mucho. Were you rehearsing that song? I mean, when you were rehearsing, were you playing that song, or was it something?
No, we started on a project of cover songs, of songs that we've liked of other people.
Comenzamos un proyecto de hacer covers de temas de otras personas que nos gustaran.
Yeah.
So, about one more question.
Okay. Yeah. Last question.
La última.
¿En quién se inspiraron para escribir esa letra? Y si más o menos pueden explicar un par de cositas que veo luego.
Okay, regarding Come Undone, who inspired you to the lyrics of Come Undone?
I was looking at a photograph in a magazine of.
Una revista, una foto en una revista.
You know that Mona Lisa that has the moustache drawn on it?
La Mona Lisa que tiene bigotes dibujados.
Marcel Duchamp, and I just kind of imagined what it would be like to sort of slowly unbutton the dress. And
Entonces me imaginaba ver cómo sería ir desabrochando el vestido y ver.
And see if Mona Lisa has got a dick or no dick.
Y ver si la Mona Lisa tiene o no tiene.